Welcome to The Biggest Loser,
starring some guy named Hayden McDougall.
You're gonna race mix, and this is what you choose? If I was gonna race mix, I'd do better than this.
Fuck you. Let's be sexist and let's make the world safe again.
Just cheat, bro. Just cheat on her. Women are gonna lose all their rights sooner than you think. It's gonna happen in the next couple of decades here, I promise you. When people tell you there's never a reason to hit a woman, this is the video you show them.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Anna and you're watching Anna Speaks Out. Thanks for being here.
So this loser apparently, as far as I can tell, unironically refers to himself as a high-value alpha male. And I think it's pretty well known that anybody who feels the need to brag about themselves in such a way probably has a lot of internal issues as far as feeling very insecure. And I'm guessing maybe that comes from the fact that he's as tall as me, 5'7", like average female height. And obviously height is something that you're born with that you can't help, and so nobody should feel bad about their height. And I would never give anybody a hard time about it, but I know it's just like a thing for males, so he's probably trying to make up for that, and maybe something else too. But all that he's actually doing is digging himself into a much deeper hole and probably causing himself to be single for life if he doesn't change. I also figured I would mention, since I noticed it, that this brand, Red Pill Threads, follows this guy, so you might want to keep that in consideration if you were ever considering buying something from them. I was following them up until I saw that, because they have some cool designs, and it's also cool that they apparently donate to child trafficking charities, but one could just donate to those charities themselves instead of supporting a business that supports a man who actively encourages violence against women.
When people tell you there's never a reason to hit a woman, this is the video you show them.
And on that note, he literally said that this woman should be hit because he was annoyed that she was having fun and dancing and stuff while saying that her husband basically picked a good one. Let me show you.
Good Lord.
Some women are once-in-a-lifetime type of women. There is no upgrade after her. When people tell you there's never a reason to hit a woman, this is the video you show them.
So apparently in this loser's mind, a woman is not allowed to be confident, happy, and carefree, while encouraging other women to feel the same way about themselves. Maybe it's because if too many women have standards, he knows that he will never get any of them. And if you think that I'm overreacting or something like that, here's another example of the same type of thing from this guy.
With every calm, introverted groom comes a chaotic extrovert wife. Dude, okay, this is a good-looking guy. You're gonna race mix, and this is what you choose? If I was gonna race mix, I'd do better than this.
So this loser is having grandiose delusions about the number of options that he would actually have when it comes to women. Personality plays a big role in attraction. And, he's like a -10 on that. And then as far as looks, he's about like a 6 out of 10 for his face. And then he's also short. So I guess that's probably why he's so jealous. I also just noticed that Red Pill Threads, which I mentioned earlier, liked this reel. So they're also in support of racism, apparently.
If I was gonna race mix, I'd have a big booty Latina that would otherwise be out of my league.
At least he has some self-awareness here about some women being out of his league. It's most women.
But if you're white and you race mix, you can go up in hot. If you go down in race, you can go up in hotness.
It's strange how he's talking about going down in race when Asians tend to have the highest IQs on average of any race, but I'm guessing he was probably just ignorant to that fact.
This guy raced mix didn't even go up in hotness. and his wife looks super annoying. So this is an L all around. Big L for bro.
It's really crazy how much this loser hates to see people having fun. He must lead a very depressing life. I guess that's why he's so miserable and takes it out on women all the time.
Bro, if I get on a plane and I see my pilot is female, I'm like praying, dear Lord Jesus, have mercy on me. If I die today, please don't send me to hell. Like,
He really needs to be genuinely praying that just for himself overall, because he clearly does not represent the love of Christ.
bro, like 0% of pilots should be women. There's plenty of capable men that can do the job, and we're handing out the job to women for what? So that we're not sexist? Fuck you. Let's be sexist and let's make the world safe again. You fucking retarded bitch!
And he has very little control over his emotions, apparently. Not very alpha male of him, if you ask me. I have a feeling that he doesn't just joke about abusing women. That is, physically abusing them. So this reel from him was against DEI, hiring, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I agree with that sentiment in general. You know, people should be hired for jobs based on merit, not anything else like gender or race. But this was just a very strange take on that, because I don't understand why a woman would not be qualified to be an airplane pilot. It's not something that takes a significant amount of strength or where she could be attacked by a man or something like that, which are reasons why I don't think that women should be like on the field police officers or soldiers or something like that. I mean, it is good to have female police officers for specific types of calls involving like domestic violence against a woman or something like that, but I don't think they should ever be, you know, working by themselves. I think they should have a man with them to help protect them and whatnot. But then again, too many male police officers are like this guy, so who are they actually going to protect? But yeah, this is just a bizarre take because plenty of women can drive vehicles just fine, and flying an airplane seems like basically that with some extra steps. So as long as the person is good at focusing and probably multitasking also, you know, let them do it. All right, here's the last clip that we're going to suffer through together from this loser.
Do you ever not want to cuddle because you know that's what's going to
Oh, all
happen?
the time. I'll play dead. He's like cuddling, and I just lay there,
'cause I-
and he's like, "Jeez," and I'm like, "Well, no, because then you're gonna take it as a green light, and no, it's not
It's
a
like
green
frustrating because I don't mind a cuddle. Like he'll rub my back and I like that part, but I'm not always ready for the whole thing.
light." I have to be very clear with the signals I'm giving. I'm not trying to give the wrong signal. Sometimes I feel like if I cuddle, or sometimes if my feet are cold, I'll put them on him. He thinks it's the go, and I'm like, no, I have cold feet. So I have to say, hey, can you get my heating pad? Because then I'm by myself, you know? If I'm rubbing up on him, then he thinks that it's like the green.
Do women just hate their husbands now?
Because they're not always in the mood for sex 100% of the time. That equals hate. That's a really far reach there.
Is this even real? Is this anti-marriage propaganda? Is this Chinese anti-marriage propaganda? If my wife, I mean, first of all, God forbid I end up in a situation like this. It's not going to happen to me.
Yeah, I don't think that it will happen to him because I don't think that any woman will ever marry him. And if one is suckered into that, I think she will probably pretty quickly divorce him. So yeah, unless he does a drastic 180 turnaround of his life, I don't think he ever will end up in any long-term marriage situation.
I refuse. But if I was in a situation like this, I would just cheat on my wife. Fuck you, bitch.
Again, that's the opposite of an alpha male, to not have the courage or honor to end things with your wife, but you just go behind her back and engage in degenerate behavior instead. Not surprised.
You're gonna say no to sex?
Yeah, a woman is not your, sex slave to just do it any old time that you want to, no matter what, how she feels.
Yeah, I'm cheating. I don't care. Fuck you. Like, And then these women get on a podcast and they're like so excited to talk about how they're not attracted to their husbands.
He's seeming pretty low IQ here because they never once said that. They're just saying that their husbands don't get that they're not in the mood 100% of the time. And it's a little difficult to, communicate that.
Fuck this whole thing, dude. Oh my gosh. Sick. This is sick. You people need Jesus.
That is quite the ironic statement at the end there, seeing that the woman on the left was actually wearing an Elevation Worship t-shirt. So I'm guessing maybe she's like a part of that worship group. And this guy who owns this profile that we've been going over clearly doesn't know Jesus. It's obvious he is completely lacking in fruit and is full of hatred. So I think we all need to pray for him. And men out there watching, the moral of the story is if you're single and you would like to be married, don't be like this guy. Use him as the textbook example of what not to be like if you want to have a long-term marriage relationship.
Thank you again so much for being here today. Since you liked the video enough to make it all the way to the end, don't forget to click the thumbs up and share it with somebody else.
If you're not already, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at AnnaSpeaksOut17 and on Facebook where my username is Anna Charity. As always, I would love to know what you think about all of this, so leave your comments down below and we'll have a conversation. Thank you again so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. God bless.